Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn Academic English. I'm Jenna, and on this channel I teach intermediate and advanced level lessons for people who want to take their English to the next level. And I specifically focus on the kind of English that you will need to use in school and work. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you 8 ways to improve your writing, and you can learn these ways quickly so that you can take your writing up a level as quickly as possible. Before we get into that, I would like to remind you to please give this video a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want more lessons like this one. And note that I offer memberships here on my YouTube channel. Please check it out if you would like weekly lessons and more connection with me. To do that, simply visit my YouTube channel and click the join button. So the first way that you can improve your writing is to understand the structure of sentences, and this will allow you to avoid mistakes, run-ons, comma splices, and fragments. So one of the first things that we teach our students at the place where I teach English is to make clear sentences in English. This is the structure or the foundation of good writing. And that means that you need to understand what a subject is, what a verb is, how to put those together to make clear English sentences, and what different types of sentences are. You need to know what a simple sentence is, a compound sentence, and a complex sentence. And if you're not sure about that, I will link a video above about clauses and sentences. So again, you just need to know how to write a clear sentence and to avoid these common mistakes. These are mistakes that are often made by native speakers of English, but they are mistakes that are considered bad writing form. And if you can write clear sentences, people will recognize that instantly. Number 2, learn how to use good transitions correctly. So when we are writing, we usually use more formal words, and these words are super important for connecting your ideas. These words show the reader what your ideas are and how they connect to each other. They can show things like similarity, difference, cause, effect, etc. Some common transitions are in addition, also, however, therefore, as a result, for instance, for example, in my opinion, in my experience, and according to. Most of those transitions can be used at the beginning of a sentence with a comma after, so it's super easy to start using them, and as I mentioned before, they help the reader to understand the connections between your ideas. In addition, transitions show a certain level of proficiency and fluency that allows your reader to feel that your English is at a higher level. Number 3, learn the rules of commas. It is extremely common for people to make mistakes in commas, but the rules are not that difficult. I will link a video above that has all the rules of commas that you need to begin writing well. Commas are one of the most important things that we use to connect our ideas, and it's important for us to know the rules so that we can use them confidently and correctly. Number 4, clear verb tenses. This is one of the most common mistakes that I see in my students' writing. Basically, what happens is that I'm reading my students' writing and I understand the time. Maybe they are telling a story about something that happened when they were a child, and then suddenly the verb tenses change to the present tense. There's no more past tense marker on the verb, and I feel confused. What happened? Is the story in the past over? And then I have to stop. I have to read it again and try to understand what's happening. This is a problem because the reader should never have to read your writing over and over to try to understand the meaning. Usually what happens is that the student begins writing in the past and then slips up and forgets and begins using the base form of the verb. But it is very important to use verb tenses clearly so that the reader understands the time that you are talking about and clearly understands your message. One tip for this is to use plenty of time markers so that the time of your story is clear. Use phrases like last year or before that, after that, 5 years ago, nowadays, etc. And then when you are finished writing, go back and read your writing over again and look only for the verb tenses. Make sure that your verb tenses are clear and consistent. And if you change from one verb tense to another, try to make sure that that change is clear to the reader. You might need to add a time marker to indicate that change. Number five is to learn the pros and cons and how to use writing programs that can help you. So I'm going to say that I think that people should not be using any of these writing programs. The writing programs I'm talking about are things like Google Translate, Grammarly, or the worst one of all for writing, ChatGPT or other AI programs. The reason that I say that people should not use them is that it becomes a tool that you then rely on and you can lose confidence in yourself. If you can learn to rely on the grammar and vocabulary that you already have in your brain, then every time that you have to write something, you're going to feel confident and know that you can do it. However, if you rely on a program that will maybe help you, then you're not going to know how much writing you can actually do by yourself. And when you have something that you have to write, you're going to always be looking to that program to help you. Second, these writing programs have disadvantages as well. Google Translate will often give excessively formal or even incorrect information. Grammarly is a great program, but I think that if you can improve your English, you're not going to need it. And ChatGPT is a serious problem because it often contradicts itself or it uses information that might even be wrong. So it's a better idea for you just to believe in yourself and use your brain to do your writing. Number 6, make sure that you understand the style that is expected. In English, especially in the United States, the style of writing is typically more direct. What does that mean? That means that we usually state our main idea and then we clearly state the ideas that support that main idea. It's very direct instead of going around and around and around. That also means that the writing is typically more concise. We try to take out unnecessary words. We try to make our writing as short as possible to express the idea clearly. And we don't usually repeat ideas over and over. One way to learn about the style is to read examples of writing to help you see how the style of writing in English might be different from the style of writing in your first language. And finally, you need to know what style is expected as far as formality goes. If you're writing for school, you're going to need to use more formal language. Number 7. If you're writing for school, there are many things that you need to learn, but the 3 most important ones are how to write a thesis statement, and I'll link a video above that explains exactly how to do that. The thesis statement is the most important sentence in your essay, so it's very important that you know how to do it. Number 2, how to brainstorm. Brainstorming is a way that we use to get ideas before we write, and it is so important to brainstorm well so that you can then organize your ideas. And that leads me to the 3rd point here for organization. Make sure that you learn the organization of ideas that is expected in school writing. The type of writing that we do for school typically follows a predictable formula with an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. And the body paragraphs typically start with a topic sentence that tells the main idea of that paragraph and then has 2 to 3 supporting ideas to support that topic sentence. And inside that, we include details and examples to explain those supporting ideas. That's a lot of information for you to learn right now, but if you are not familiar with essay structure and you need to use English for school, it's really important for you to start learning exactly how we write essays. especially how to write a thesis statement, brainstorm ideas well, and organize your ideas clearly. And finally, number 8, if you are writing for work, you need to know how to adjust your language to fit the situation. If you are writing to a superior, you need to make sure that you use plenty of polite language so that that person does not get offended by what might be seen as a bossy or pushy tone. If you are writing to coworkers or people who work for you and you need to ask them to do something, you'll need to use more direct yet polite language in order for you to get the results that you're looking for. And again, it's important to see examples. So look for examples of what work emails or memos might look like, and be sure to use formal language that fits the situation. So I hope these 8 tips will help you to learn how to improve your writing. Each of them could be explained in their own video. I will leave links to plenty of related videos in the description box below so that you can learn more about most of these topics. And let me know in the comments below which of these tips you plan to use to improve your writing. And be sure to let me know if you have questions. I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care.